How's it going, everyone? We are back out at the range again today with another really cool pistol. This is another Staccato. Specifically, this is the Staccato CS. Right off the bat, something really interesting about this Staccato CS is generally 2011 Staccato pistols are made for people who want large duty-style competition home defense pistols. However, concealed carry is probably the most popular segment of firearms purchasers right now. Everybody is wanting a concealed carry pistol, and everyone likes what the 2011 platform has to offer. So this is Staccato's offering meant specifically for concealed carry. So what we're going to do today is we're going to talk about just general features, what this pistol is all about, what it's actually for, why you may decide to get one, why we decided to get some, do a little bit of warm-up drills, shoot some IDPA classifiers, shoot a little bit of steel, have a little bit of fun, and find out what these Staccato CS pistols are all about. So Staccato CS, kind of like I said already, Staccato generally is known for making larger pistols, right? Name brand 2011s. The Staccato CS is their next generation of 2011 that really gives you all of the features that you like in their full-size duty and or competition pistols, but in a smaller package meant specifically at the concealed carry market. So many people are looking for something this size or perhaps even smaller that still retains some of the really nice features of a 2011, so that's what Staccato made. With this new generation of pistol, right off the bat, the grip has been changed. They are a little bit smaller, which is something that I actually appreciate. I don't actually have any issues with the grip safety on these pistols. You can see this particular Staccato CS, the owner has actually gone ahead and wrapped the grip in tape, which does deactivate that grip safety. That is his personal preference. Happy to shoot it as he let me borrow it. With that smaller grip, we do use a slightly smaller magazine, so this is not going to take your standard Staccato Atlas magazines. They do use their own CS magazine, but it still does have plenty of capacity. So 15 rounds, plenty of capacity. Trigger is still going to be a single action only trigger, so the same thing that all Staccatos are known for. These do have really good triggers, something that I really appreciate about these. Another change that Staccato has actually made, this was one of the first pistols that they came out with, where the trigger itself is metallic, so it is an aluminum trigger shoe. You can purchase it in either flat or curved. I think we both have curved out here today.
We do.
Yep, so curved aluminum triggers. Manual thumb safety, again, that is going to be ambidextrous, available on both sides of the pistol. This is an alloy frame, an aluminum frame, so these are definitely going to be a little bit lighter. Again, marketed specifically towards concealed carry. They are DLC slides. You do have an external spring-loaded extractor. So this was the first Staccato pistol to sport that external spring-loaded extractor that's becoming super popular right now, and honestly for pretty good reason. You can select either a DLC or a stainless steel barrel. These are both DLC. The optics cut system, one of the things that they carried over, one of the few things rather that they carried over, is the DPO cut. So this uses the same DPO plate that full-size Staccato pistols use. So you have tons of different options for what optic you want to mount, and you can retain co-witness. So on the Staccato CS that I'm sporting today, it is rocking a Trijicon RMR. It's the adjustable version, so RMO6. What have you decided to put on your CS?
I've got the Vortex Defender ST in 3 MOA.
Sweet. So lots of different options as you can see there. I guess we should also probably address the frame. That alloy frame is railed, so I do have a TOR7 sub X on the pistol that I'm going to be shooting today. You obviously have not chosen to attach a lighter or laser or anything like that, but you certainly could if you wanted to. So that's kind of features in a nutshell. Again, these are Staccatos. They are 2011s, but they're downsized, right? They're mini micro, but they still shoot fantastic.
Still get that single action trigger that I like so much. Ambidextrous safety.
Yeah.
Good capacity and a carry size gun. And like you said earlier, the external spring-loaded extractor for that added reliability. So
yeah, they tend to work really well. But we'll find out. We're going to shoot a little bit of warm-up drills today. Once we're warmed up, we'll roll into an IDPA classifier again. Since these are kind of carry targets, it's an easy thing for us to set up. It's an easy thing for us to be able to compare guns against each other on. We've got a little bit of steel set up, so we'll get warmed up. We'll shoot a classifier. We'll have a little bit of fun. So we'll start with just some simple single shots out of the holster. We'll do 3 of them. Just see what the draw looks like, see what the recoil feels like. All right, so 4 rounds, 226. Pistol's feeling really good. and it is clear. One thing I can tell you right off the bat is the trigger on this is fantastic. The recoil is a little bit snappier than obviously some of the larger, heavier double stacked 9mm 1911s or name brand Staccato 2011s, but the trigger has been carried over. It is absolutely fantastic. I definitely appreciate this trigger. So we'll go ahead and walk down range really quick, see what those hits look like. So on my first target, I had one shot where as I presented the pistol, the dot was just a little bit low, but I broke the shot anyways, so 100% me. And on my second target, I had one shot that I called again. As I transitioned over, that dot dipped just a little bit below my intended target zone, and that is that round that we have right there. Everything else is exactly where we wanted it. Pistol is working fantastic so far. I'm definitely feeling warmed up, so we'll go ahead, switch roles, let Tucker get warmed up, and then we'll shoot some classifiers.
All right, guys, just finished my warm-up drills behind Evan. Obviously, I was struggling a little bit more, a little low on this side, throwing some outside the center zone that I was looking for. Once I kind of got warmed up, got my grip back where I wanted, definitely cleaned it up a little bit more on this side. Just love shooting this thing, just kind of getting back into it, warming up. Should be good for now.
So now that Tucker and I are pretty warmed up, we're going to go ahead and move into the IDPA 5x5 classifier. It's 25 rounds. You've seen us shoot it before. We are at 10 yards. We'll go ahead and load up the Staccato CS here and see how it does in the IDPA classifier. So Ian will go ahead and roll in the total time for the IDPA classifier. Shooting was actually pretty darn good. Only had 2 rounds, just a hair low of the down 0 zone. Reload kind of flubbed it a little bit. It is the first time I've ever reloaded one of these Staccato CSs. I could definitely clean it up with some practice. But overall, the pistol shoots fantastic. Trigger is excellent. And I think the target kind of speaks for itself. That was a pretty good time. We'll go ahead and give Tucker his time to shine and see how he can do.
All right, guys, just finished up my run at the IDPA classifier. Overall went really well. I do really like the way this thing shoots. It's a little snappy being that much smaller, but it returns to 0 really well. Really fun to shoot. Looks like I've dropped 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 down. So for me overall, not too bad.
So, shooting impressions of the Staccato CS, what I can tell you is it is a very fast pistol due to how light it is. It is a polymer grip like we discussed, aluminum frame, 3.5-inch barrel. It swings from target to target extremely quick. In fact, I am so used to heavier pistols that a few times you saw me miss the steel targets, I did swing past the target and basically shot between that target and the next one. So definitely something that you could dial in, but the transitions are extremely fast on this pistol. Optics mounting system is fantastic on here, so you can put pretty much whatever your favorite optic is on here. On cardboard, it does jump a little bit, something that Tucker kind of talked about. Again, it is so light, there is more muzzle rise, but the slide velocity is so high, it seems like it comes right back. So even though the dot basically lifts completely out of the window and disappears, as long as you do your part and grip the pistol appropriately, that dot is going to return right back to where you want it. So I'm quite certain that I shot tons of the center of that target down there, the down 0 zone. Shot the whole plate rack down. That was definitely a lot of fun, and it definitely kind of shows you a little bit about what the performance and shooting experience of the Staccato CS is like. All right, so that about wraps us up out here at the range for the day, Tucker. Why don't you go ahead and kind of give us your thoughts overall on your Staccato CS, since it is, in fact, your gun, your carry gun.
Yeah, well, that's everything I wanted it for. It's exactly the right size. That 2011 I absolutely love. You could see through the shooting in the video. It did take me a little while to get back used to a gun that small, that snappier. Once I got my grip right, remembered how to drive the gun the way I wanted to, Shot really well with it, started to shoot really fast. Very fast, very reliable. It's everything I want in a carry gun, and again, in that 2011 platform that I love so much.
Right, yeah, I mean, you know, realistically, the pistol is on the smaller end of the scale, right? But it has every feature, every capability of a large size pistol. So again, can't highlight the trigger enough. The trigger on these is fantastic, as you would expect out of any Staccato product. But with the alloy frame, with the 3.5-inch barrel, with the slightly smaller grip, really this is Glock 19 or even a little bit smaller size, but you do have the ability to attach a light. You do have a really good optics mounting system that you can attach any of your standard optics on there. So the pistol shoots absolutely fantastic. Again, there is definitely a noticeable difference in the felt recoil, right? It does lift a little bit more, it does snap a little bit more. But once you actually learn to control that recoil, which is kind of why we did those warm-up drills to kind of feel what that recoil impulse was like, once you learn how to control it, you were able to see that we shot these things really well. I really do appreciate how quick this pistol is, even though it does recoil back at you pretty quick. It snaps right back to target. The trigger is sensational, so it allows you to shoot this thing really fast, really accurate. And for a carry pistol, again, it's got basically every capability of a much larger pistol, but in a smaller package that you can actually tote around with you all day. So I definitely think that if you're looking for something of this type, of this size, you really can't go wrong here. And speaking specifically to the reliability, it's not exactly the worst conditions out here today, but it's not exactly pleasant. It is quite warm out here. I think we're about 92 right now. We shot about 400 rounds out here already, had no issues with these pistols whatsoever. So they definitely seem very reliable and also fun to shoot. So it was a lot of fun coming out here today, seeing what these CSs were all about. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any questions about anything you saw here today, if you have any suggestions for what you want to see here next, go ahead and leave them in the comments below. We do read through them, and we appreciate your guys' feedback. We appreciate everyone watching, and we'll look forward to seeing you soon for another video.